firewall. In general, most organizations and even individuals consider using firewalls due to various obvious reasons. As long as you want good protection from cyber threats, you can use a firewall as a shield. It can protect you from different types of threats that are lurking in various forms on the internet. For instance, one of the key benefits of firewall is the protection it provides against hackers. Interestingly, there are many businesses that are not aware of the advantages of firewall. Advantages of firewall. Benefits of firewall: to monitor traffic, to protect the network from trojans, to keep hackers away, access control, better privacy. Advantage of firewall: to monitor traffic. A good firewall can monitor the traffic that passes through it. Regardless of the information that travels through a network, it goes as packets. A firewall keeps monitoring all these packets and detects any threats. Whenever the firewall detects a threat, the respective packet will be blocked. Advantage of firewall: to protect the network from trojans. Malware like trojans is a very annoying and dangerous threat to any user who uses the internet. A trojan is a piece of software that can quietly stay on your computer and track all the activities. The information they gathered will be conveyed to a server that is located somewhere else. Their existence will be hidden from you for a long time, and you will eventually notice a lagging performance. However, if you do have a firewall installed, it will be block the suspicious threats and block them. To keep hackers away. Hackers are constantly looking for prey all over the internet. The last thing you need is to become a victim of a hacker and expose your personal information. A hacker can access your personal information, financial information, and anything else. So it is vital to have a firewall and defeat all those hacking attempts to protect your privacy. Number 4. Access control. Firewall have an access policy as well as you can either have the default access policy or personalize it to match your needs. Some hosts of your system can be exploited by hackers, so you can block those hosts using a firewall and prevent hackers from accessing the system. Number 5. Better privacy. Privacy is one of the most important things you should consider when browsing the internet. Basically, hackers tend to grab privacy information through various methods. Having a firewall can help you prevent such attempts. Firewalls can also block DNS information for potentially harmful websites. As a result, your IP address will not be accessible by attackers. Disadvantages of firewall: cost, restricted access for user, performance, defenseless against malware attacks, complicity. Cost: you will have to tolerate an initial investment when using a firewall. The cost of the firewall will depend on the type. However, basically hardware firewalls are significantly expensive compared to the software firewalls. In addition to that, hardware firewalls demand some tech savviness. The maintenance cost of a hardware-based firewall should be costlier compared to the software firewalls. Restricted access for users. If it is a large organization, the user restriction can be somewhat annoying for the users. If you are an average user, having a firewall on your company network would be fine. However, if you are an advanced user, you will have to face various burdens in achieving advanced tasks. You will have to gain permission on each advanced task, so it can become an annoyance. Performance. Software-based firewalls, in particular, may limit the overall performance of your computer and slow it down. Generally, firewalls can consume system resources a lot while running in the background and hinder the general operation. However, Some firewalls are designed to be lightweight and have a lower impact on performance. Also, hardware firewalls don't affect the system performance, defenseless against malware attacks. Although firewalls can block Trojans, they are not effective at all against viruses and other malware. Those malware pieces can enter the system camouflage, so even if you have a firewall, the attack can happen. In that case, you can have an anti-malware to install. Complexity. In general, firewalls in small systems are pretty simple. However, that is not the case when it comes to larger organizations. A comprehensive firewall system installed in a larger organization requires a separate, dedicated staff to maintain it. So you will have to bear an additional cost to hire experts. In addition to that, maintaining a complex firewall can be mostly in many cases.
Types of firewalls: software firewalls, hardware firewalls, packet filtering firewalls, circuit level gateways, stateful inspection firewalls, proxy firewalls, next generation firewalls, and cloud firewalls. Software firewalls. Software firewalls is installed on the host device. Accordingly, this type of firewall is also known as host firewall. Since it is attached to a specific device, it has to utilize its resources to work. Therefore, it is inevitable for it to use up some of the system's RAM and CPU. Yep, from the word itself, software. Second is hardware firewalls. As the name suggests, hardware firewalls are security devices that represent a separate piece of hardware placed between an internal and external network, the internet. This type of is also known as the appliance firewall. Yep, it is the hardware firewalls. From the word hardware. Next, packet filtering firewalls. When it comes to types of firewalls, based on their method of operation, the most basic type is the packet filtering firewall. It serves as an inline security checkpoint attached to a router or switch. As the name suggests, it monitors network traffic by filtering incoming packets according to the information they carry. Circuit level gateway. Circuit level gateways are a type of firewall that work at the session layer of the OSI model, observing TCP or Transmission Control Protocol connections and sessions. Their primary function is to ensure the established connections are safe. From stateful inspection firewalls. A stateful inspection firewall keeps track of the state of a connection by monitoring the TCP three-way handshake. This allows it to keep track of the entire connection from start to end, permitting only expected return traffic inbound. Proxy firewalls. A proxy firewall serves as an intermediate device between internal and external systems communication over the internet. It protects a network by forwarding requests from the original client and masking it as its own. Proxy means to serve as a substitute, and accordingly, that is the role it plays. It substitutes for the client that is sending the request. Yep, that's the proxy firewall. It substitutes the client. Next generation firewall. The next generation firewall is a security device that combines a number of functions of other firewalls. It incorporates packet, stateful, and deep packet inspection. Simply put, NGFW checks the actual payload of the packet instead of focusing solely on header information. Cloud firewalls. A cloud firewall or firewall as a service (FaaS) is a cloud solution for network protection. Like other cloud solutions, it is maintained and run on the internet by third-party vendors. Then the firewall architecture is responsible for the standards and frameworks associated with the architecture or subnetworks, aka subnets, which are subdivision of an IP or TCP/IP network that exposes the company's services to a larger untrusted network such as the internet. That's all.